What's up, guys? Welcome to my final review of the Scream TV series for Season 3. That's right, I have covered Episode 1 and 2. Tonight we are talking about the final 2 episodes of this season, and there's a lot to talk about. So that is a spoiler warning because this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, and I'm not going to touch base on everything. I'm going to touch base on some things that I think are big and notable to talk about. So this review is going to kind of bounce all over the place. I'm going to try and keep it on the right track. So if I kind of go off the rail, it's because this is just something that I want to talk about even more. So let's talk about tonight's episode of Scream. So in the first episode of tonight, Blind Spot, we see that Liv's dad is still recovering in the hospital. He got taken to the hospital last night at the end of the episode. And there have been several questions as to who the killer is going to be. You guys have been leaving some excellent comments in my comment section over the course of the last couple of reviews. So leave your guys' comments down below. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on tonight. So in Blind Spot, there are more and more red flags that is pointing toward Liv being the killer, but I did not like that because especially if she ended up being the killer, she is not the killer. But if she ended up being the killer, I would have been really upset because then they announced her way too soon, and it was just something that everyone would have seen coming based on all the red flags that was thrown her way. But that's something that Scream is very good at doing. They are normally very good at giving us characters like that are kind of suspicious, and then they completely throw you off when they actually reveal who the killers are. And I am going to talk about the killers because throughout that episode, Dion is now partnered with Jamal because he ends up picking him up, and Jamal is his brother. For whatever reason, I don't feel like that Tyga's character was called Jamal. That's how he's credited on IMDb, and that's kind of what I'm going based off of, so I'm sorry if I got that character name wrong. It doesn't sound right in my mind, so I'm hoping that IMDb is just wrong and I'm not going crazy. That's besides the point. But Jamal picks him up from the police station in the beginning of the episode as well, and then they're driving, and then he finds the Ghostface costume in his trunk when he's trying to help out and get into his workforce and everything like that. So Dion thinks that Jamal is actually the killer, and after he suspects that gets everyone on board with the fact that he could potentially be the killer. So the episode ends with Ghostface paying him a visit, saying that he's getting way too much credit, and ends up stabbing him and nearly killing him. Fast forward now to Endgame, which is the final episode of this season. We find out that he is still actually alive. They actually have some really good shots of Ghostface. Like, I really like the use of the fog and the use of the color and the use of the cinematography throughout the finale in particular. I thought was done very well. And now let's talk about the two biggest things of the night. The two biggest things of the night is that, one, Dion is not Dion at all. What Ghostface has been referring to throughout the course of this season is Dion's deepest, darkest secret, and it's the fact that he is actually Marcus. Marcus is the one that survived on that Halloween night, and Dion is the one that was killed. Marcus just took credit for being Dion. He thought that he was for sure going to get busted because we find out that his mom ran out and called him Dion, and he just went with it. And that's something that Jamal didn't really like because it never gave him a brother. He goes into this whole backstory as to how Dion visited his dad and everything and saying that they were going to be brothers. And when he met Dion again and he wasn't the same and he wasn't connecting, that really threw him off the rail. And it really brought a lot of baggage to him. So he had a reason to want to go after him. And then we reveal our second killer, and that is Beth. Now, a lot of you saw that was going to be coming last night, especially because when Amir died, the face that he had when he pulled off the mask, she allowed him to see who she was for a reason because she didn't really give a shit about him. And that's something that us Scream fans could have seen coming. I mean, I had her in my mind as well, and I thought that it could have potentially been her, and I said that in last night's review also, because she's the horror fan. Billy and Stu from the original Scream were the two horror fans. They knew everything about every horror movie ever, and that's how they got their motivation. And the same thing with Beth. She was a big horror freak, so I could have figured that she was the one that was behind all of this. She knew everything about everything when it came to horror. And they did have some references. They had a reference from the original Scream tonight. They had a reference from The Shining when Beth was breaking down the door with the axe and stuff like that, and we got the shot of her face looking through as Liv was screaming. But yeah, guys, overall, I really actually enjoyed the last 2 episodes, and I really liked how it made it all connect. My biggest issue right off the bat, and if you guys have seen my Night 1 review, you guys know that I didn't like it at first because it just felt very rushed. It just felt like the story was thrown in at us. But overall, I had a really good time watching the last 2 episodes tonight because I was very curious to see who it was going to be. And even in the beginning of the finale, I wasn't too sure that Jamal was actually going to be the killer because he was like, let me see your face, I want to see your face. But of course he was just referencing that because she stabbed him and he just wanted to see her. If she was actually going to kill him, he wanted to look at her one last time before he died. So yeah, guys, overall, these last 2 episodes threw me some curveballs that I did not see coming. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys did too. So post comments down below, let me know, what did you guys think of the final 2 episodes of the Scream TV series for Season 3? We We did get an ending that could potentially lead into a season 4. I am not sure how willing they are going to be to bring it back for a season 4. We'll see what happens, guys. Leave your guys' comments in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching over the course of these past few nights. It has been a lot of fun. I do want to say that I have a kill ranking coming out for Scream Resurrection. That will be out hopefully by the end of the weekend, so be on the lookout for that as well. But leave your guys' comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought. And as always, don't forget to join me on my journey to 5,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in my next video.